Look, I know it's only the preseason, but it is impossible as a Sixers fan right now to not overhype Tyrese Maxey. This kid, he's insane. He is a baller. He's the definition of a baller. In the first three preseason games, Tyrese Maxey has scored 60 points in 54 minutes, and he shot 66% from three, 8 of 12 from the three-point line. Absolute monster. He's unguardable. He legitimately looks close to unguardable out there on the court because now that his three-pointer is so unlocked, and he's been shooting deep threes too. In each of these games, he shot and made at least one deep, like Trae Young, Steph Curry range three-pointer, right? Several feet behind the line. With him knocking down threes like that, he's hitting them in transition, he's hitting them off the dribble. You gotta guard his three-point shot, right? He also is one of, if not the, fastest players in the entire NBA. So as soon as teams start jumping out at him on the three-point line, they get scared of his shot, they're worried about him making these threes, he just blows right past him and gets to the rim. He's got a great floater game. He's an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket. He had a great move the other day against the Cavs, where he dribbles, he like euros around Jared Allen, and then kind of slips himself behind Dean Wade and hits this layup where he doesn't even use the backboard, he just scoops it straight up from under the net around a defender. It's crazy. The dude is a beast. And I just needed to sit here and geek out about how much I like Tyrese Maxey for a few minutes because I think that he's going to be an all-star caliber player this season. I really do. I think at the end of last season, we saw it in the playoffs, especially against the Raptors, and then what we have now seen here in the preseason, I know it's just preseason, but we have no reason to believe he's not going to carry this over into the regular season. Yeah, his three-point percentage is going to fall off a little bit, right? He's not going to shoot 66% from three, no chance. But he was third in the NBA in three-point percentage last year, and then he had a whole offseason to work. He looks more confident than ever at taking threes, so I don't see a reason why he wouldn't still be an absolutely insanely efficient three-point shooter. Not to mention he put on a little bit of weight, he's been working with James Harden, so he should be going to the foul line a little bit more, which is the one real detriment in his offensive game so far. That in his mid-range, which you've also been able to see in the preseason, he's really worked on his pull-up mid-range shot with Sam Cassell. He worked on it all summer, and if he can just start drawing more fouls when he goes to the rim, this dude is a clear all-star caliber player, in my opinion. Now, I don't know if he's actually going to make the team, simply because the Eastern Conference is so insanely stacked with all-stars. He plays with James Harden. You've got two all-stars on the Cavs. You've got two all-star caliber guards on the Hawks. You've got Kyrie Irving if he plays. You've got potentially guys on the Raptors, guys in the Heat, Jaylen Brown on the Celtics if he counts as a guard. There's a ton of really good guards in the Eastern Conference, so I don't know if he's going to actually make the All-Star team, but I do fully believe he is an All-Star caliber player. Now, his defense still needs work. Straight up. And that's probably going to be the same for the rest of his career. He's just so short. You see him in the preseason games. He's so short that even when he really hustles on defense, if he gets switched onto somebody much taller than him, there's just nothing he can really do. Because, unfortunately, that's just how it is when you're 6 foot and less than 200 pounds in the NBA. You're always going to be at a big physical disadvantage. But he's so good on offense, I still think he's an all-star caliber player. I think he got Joel Embiid in the paint to make up for some of his defensive limitations. Now this team has guys like DeAnthony Melton, Matisse Thybulle, PJ Tucker, Tobias Harris has improved as a defender. There's a whole bunch of good rangy defenders around him, so I'm not too worried about Tyrese's defense. He is such a good young player, and I said this the other day, and I'm sure most people are going to think this is too soon, but I see him already as kind of a poor man's Kyrie Irving. You've got this small guard who's just very shifty, and he's kind of unguardable in most situations. Like, one-on-one, it's just one of those guys where it's like, what exactly are you going to do? Now, obviously, he's not on Kyrie Irving's level. He does not have the same ability to just take dudes off the dribble when he catches the ball, pull, like, an insane crossover move, and he doesn't have the same bag. But a similar vein to that dude, where you've got this little guard who is really, really freaking difficult to stop, and he's really, really efficient from all areas of the floor. That is what Tyrese Maxey already is, and I cannot wait to see him continue to improve throughout this season. He might be the second best player on the Sixers right now.